Hello. Hello, Elmo. I'm glad Elmo could join us. Not exactly on the camera. Come here, buddy. Yeah, you hate that. I know. I know you hate it. Just move over like a little. There you go. Now Elmo has joined us. Reluctantly. How's everybody doing? I am so sleepy. You ever have one of those days where you're like, oh yeah, I had a big good sleep, and then you're up for like 10 minutes and you're like, I want to go back to sleep. You know, one of those, just like, oh man. Oh, but Elmo is so soft, and I can't pet him if I'm asleep. Well, good boy. It's called life. Damn it. Damn it. Don't Red Bulls help? Yes, they do. Wait, did Ultimate Marvel 3 come out? Did that happen? Oh. Is it good? Do people like it? Oh, that's good. That was a million years ago, but people are saying it's today. Oh, the baby's all of him. Come here. Elmo, you can't just be so cute all the time. I have to do streams. I have to do the streams. Whoa, a little weasel. What a little weasel. He's a good boy. So what a great sleepy mood for Catal of What a great sleepy mood for Catal of Kulu. And it's the wrong game. And it's not the right game either. Part of the reason I'm so sleepy is that it's so damn hot. Oh, Colin Doucette asks, wasn't Lovecraft extremely racist? That's actually a funny question. Well, it's not. It's funny. It's an interesting question. Because usually you go back in time, right? And you're like, wasn't this old guy racist? And the answer is, yeah, totally. Of course, everybody was racist. But with Lovecraft, it's not that Lovecraft was racist. It's that even for the 1800s, he was crazy racist that made other people uncomfortable. He was next level. He was like Chappelle Show bit character racist. Apparently, he mellowed out in his old age when he moved to New York. Shocker. Difficult to be next level racist in New York, I would imagine. Because he was like, oh. Right, okay. And yeah, he lived with his crazy mom. Early 1900s? I don't know what time is. But the most important thing about Lovecraft is that he tapped into something primal, which is space is big. And fish are creepy. This is known. If ever you forget, space is big and fish are creepy. He is doing so cute. I love him. All right. Let's thank some people whose subscriptions are over a day old and never showed up on my feed at all for some reason. And that's Elmo Fur just hanging out my mouth. Thanks, Elmo. All right. Love you, kitty. He cries. Let's see. Hot Poket subscribe. Thank you, Hot Poket. And Arby Duck subscribe. Thanks, guys. Treebeard24 did too, and so did BT Robot. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Ugh. I almost knocked his bowl over last night like an asshole. He was mad at his food and went and spilled his food all over the floor. Then I refilled his food and it was fine. Even though it was new food. I don't know what he wanted. I think he might have just done it to do it. It's quite possible. Mia Princelo subscribe. Thanks, Mia Princelo. Void Thiaf sub for 8. Says happy 8 months, you big dork. Why, thank you. It's very appreciated. Did you see the streamer who gave her cat alcohol? Yeah, don't do that. Not good to do. You know, I was about to give what in the back of my mind sounded like good advice. Here's the good advice I was about to say. Treat your pets with the care and dignity that would you treat your own children. However, there are some fucking dumb parents out there that would go, oh yeah, okay. And like, just treat your pets good. They're wonderful and they love you. Let's see, Jerry 66 sub for 7. Thank you, Jerry. So you're gonna be a dick to your child? Listen, if I ever have a kid, I'll provide and care for that kid and give them all the attention and, you know, good moral lessons and all that shit that they could ever deserve. However, if you think I'm going to skip out on just fucking infinite pranking potential, you've got another thing coming. Okay? You know what the best thing about kids is? They'll believe anything you fucking tell them. They'll believe any stupid shit you tell them. Hey, you know, this one time I was at a baseball game, frogs just rained from the sky. Shit was crazy. My dad told me that. And I was like, that sounds like bullshit, Dad. He's like, nah, totally. Me and my buddy Steve were there. And Steve happened to be there. And Steve was like, yeah, totally. That totally happened. I'm like, wow. Steve was there. Huh. But how did the frogs... It must have been a tornado. They picked up the frogs. And then they dumped them somewhere else. Wow. So my mom used to babysit kids. Like that was what she did for a living, because she wanted to be at home, like take care of the regular kids, but then she babysit other kids. So what I used to do is, the toddlers or the youngie toddlers are like, the chicken go cluck cluck, cow go moo, that kind of shit. It's like, that's a horsey, it goes neigh, that stupid shit, right? I would teach all the kids that that cats go moo. I taught every single kid that came into that house that cats went moo. And the moms would always say, it's so weird. They look at a cat and they go moo at the cat. I'm like, yeah, it's crazy. That's wild. That's super weird. I wonder where they got that. It's like, come on, that is the most like inoffensive, wholesome way to, and I'm really just pranking the parents, right? The one who was a real asshole was my dad, because what he'd be like, oh, hey kids, here's some Cheerios or whatever, and the kids would be like, yeah, I love Cheerios, right? And then my dad would teach like 8-month-old infants that you could play hockey with, or not Oreos, fucking Cheerios. Right? You could play hockey with Cheerios. So what you'd have, if the baby was in the high chair, you could like flick the Oreo like that, flick the Cheerio like this, and the Cheerio would shoot off the tray. And yay, you did it. And the kids would go home, and parents would like give them Cheerios. The kids would just fucking throw those things off the fucking floor and go, yay, hockey. It's like, I don't understand. The kid desperately wants Cheerios, and then when he gets Cheerios, they just throw them on the floor. But why? See, these are fun things. These are fun things you could do. And these are if Elmo was brain, I would teach Elmo these tricks. I was going to say your mom is the only pure one, but she doesn't know how pie works. No, mom knows how pie works. She pretended to not know how pie works. All right. Pharaon kicked in 2 months. Thanks, Pharaon. Been a fan since the Skyrim video and the birth of the Invisiblest. Oh, thank you. That's a long time ago. Near the end of Heaven's Word expansion and bought Shadowbringers, so I'll be continuing the fight as my favorite class, the Dark Knight. They're very good and cool and edgy. Hope to keep supporting you for days to come. Why, thank you, Pharaon. Appreciate it. Let's see. Tyler, sub for 14. Thank you, Tyler. Have I got my 5th role quest? And if so, what do you think of the quest name? I have not. I haven't. I did my healer one and my tank one, and that's it. I'm about to hit 80 on Samurai probably tomorrow. I'll do that one. And then I'll be kicking probably Red Mage up to cap. Maybe Black Mage. Maybe Black Mage. Maybe Black Mage. Probably Red Mage, but maybe Black Mage. Who knows? JD Lars, sub for 8, says hello to Elmo and his pet Pat. Hello. The magic DPS quest shits all over the Black Mages for the first third of it. Sick. The bear goes honk. How appropriate. Sub for 7. Thank you. Hey, Pat. So you got me into FF14, but I have a question for you. What dungeon and or raid would you least want to have to play through again with a random party? So a lot of the dungeons are a lot easier now that Shadowbringers has come out. Number one with a bullet is if I'm not tanking it, Aurum Vale. If I'm tanking it, I'll do Aurum Vale, no problem. Right now, the worst two in the game are like two encounters in the game. It's a tie between Weeping City of Mach and Orban. And the third boss in both is the reason. Pardon me. Sid is... So the reason why that is that Weeping City of Mach and Orban Monastery, they are 24-man encounters. And the third boss in both of them have mechanics that if an idiot doesn't pay attention, they can drop like a AoE or a puddle or something in a bad spot and fucking kill everyone. And that mechanic alone causes those things to be nightmares because it means that every person in that thing has to at least kind of pay attention. Oh, baby. There you go. So yeah, that's the answer to the question. How long till the bads get there? Get where? Shadowbringers? They're already there. So I know this is a bit inside, but to those of you who are playing Shadowbringers and have gotten to the level 80, I played a twinning dungeon with my pal Strident the other day. I was tank, he was healer. And we had a monk and a red mage. The monk didn't get one stack of greased lightning for the entire 40-minute twinning. Not one single stack of greased lightning. And yes, a 40-minute twinning. What's twinning mean? It's the dungeon's name, yeah. Did the red mage hardcast Bear Arrow too? No, the red mage refused to use their AoE rotation and used only single target for the entire time. It was a black mage? Was it a black mage? That's right, it was a black mage because the black mage wouldn't use any of their AoEs. They just kept hitting things with Fire 4 over and over. Thanks, Trident. And I was like, yes. It got to the part where the reason it took so long is that we couldn't do large pulls because Strident couldn't heal us enough because mobs took so long to kill. It's fun. All right, Stovetopism kicked in $5. Thanks, Stove. Hey, thanks for streaming some jank in the middle of a 15-plus hour work shift with a migraine from hell. Jesus, go home. Be sick. Throw up on someone. You get to go home if you do that. We'll probably make it double entertaining. Well, if you can't go home, hopefully this will help. Fabled Guy, sub for 7. Thank you, Fabled. Rock Lobster, sub for 18. Thank you. Pat, I am here to confirm that the baby is cute. Can you confirm? Baby, baby, he do a dance. He is cute. There you go. Sometimes Elmo does backflips when no one's looking, and I hate it. Because I'm like looking over there, and Elmo will be like, wha-cha! And do like a big old backflip. And I'll be like, oh, no one saw that. You know, does that ever happen to you with your pets? Like your pet does something really cool, and you're like, oh no, no one saw that. Damn it. Sitrom EXE kicked in $5. This is gonna be tough. La Muglov Hikov Kulu Relay Wagag Nagal Fitagan. I tried. You're probably all nuts now. My bad. Vice Guard sub for 6. Thank you, Vice Guard. Roses are red, violets are blue. This poem sucks. But not suck is you. Oh, I'm... Did you believe I used to be able to write poetry? I won a bunch of poetry awards in high school. Can't stand the shit. I think it's stupid. But that doesn't mean you can't write it. Gonna win sub for 6. Thank you. Short Stack Gamer sub for 2. Thank you. Says thanks for the awesome content, man. You're quite welcome. Let's see. I don't know if I can read this. I don't know if I can read this, Shogoth Lord, because this is rough. I'm gonna modify the Lovecraft quotes in this so that I can talk about them. If that's cool. So Shogoth Lord kicked in $5 to correct me on something. New York actually made Lovecraft double racist because he was now suddenly in direct vicinity of those people. And the Shogoth actually said those people. And the reason why I say with the big air quotes is because to Lovecraft, everybody was those people. Like, literally everybody. And his crazy, crazy hardcore racism really bummed out his Jewish wife. I don't know how that fucking worked out in the original. And I'm going to modify this quote. But basically, he would tell his wife that it's okay, now that we're married, you're one of the good ones. That is a patient lady. Wasn't she also his cousin? Yeah, probably. Oh, and he had a mental breakdown because he found out he was Welsh. The Welsh aren't even real. It's not even a real place. They named it after a fish. Strident Song sub tier 2 for 31 months. Thank you, Strident. I once told my little cousin that the steam coming out of the factories nearby are what makes the clouds in the sky. Boy, was he angry later when clouds came up in school and he found out the truth. That's just great. That's just great. Good job. Patriot Renegade sub for 13 says, did you know that Metallica has written 2 songs about Cthulhu? I am completely unshocked. I know they've written a bunch of songs about cocaine. But Cthulhu rates. Third Kind of Person sub. Thank you, Third Kind of Person. Kyle Jeffries kicked in $5. Thank you, Kyle. Are you enjoying the Outer Wilds? I was wondering if I ever played Elite Dangerous. No, I have not. It is definitely a more realistic space game. But the satisfying openness and beautiful graphics. But it has satisfying openness and beautiful graphics. DBD ruined my inbox. DBD? Dead by Daylight? How so? Plain Simple Taylor kicked in $5. Thanks, Garrett. Speaking of pranks, they had a family reunion. One of my uncles tried to get all the kids to go on a snipe hunt. My mom ratted him out to me, and then I ratted him out to every other kid. My mom ratted him out to me, and then I ratted him out to every other kid. Jerk-ass uncle, salty as fuck. What the fuck is a snipe hunt? That sounds like he's gonna have the children run through the fields and shoot them. What the fuck is that? A snipe is a fake bird. Okay. No, I thought he was like, run along and get the things, children. And he's got like a rifle. Because, yeah, that's a jerk-ass uncle for real. Ah, Wild Goose Chase. There it is. I know that one. Let's see. Aesthetics up for 27 says level dancer, you scrub. Dancers kind of are for scrubs. They're really easy to play, and they do big DPS. So hang. Just hang. Dancer will probably be after Machinist. Big Boy 3D sub for 6 says slurp the fish. Nah, man. Blastoid subbed for Blastozoid sub for 20. Oh god, I'm so tired. Sub for 6. Thank you. Hey Pat, missed all of your 14 streams so I could play it myself. Thanks. Just finished today and I gotta say it's the best FF story since probably 10. I also can't stop listening to that final boss music. It's pretty good, isn't it? That's a good track. Both versions of it are really, really good. Dieter kicked in $20. Thanks, Dieter. Always appreciate it. Pat, visiting Montreal next month with the GF. Any places for food and or sites to see that you would recommend? We've both been once and tried popular places like Schwartz. Okay. If you've both been once, I mean, Schwartz is overrated. I would recommend getting a bagel from St. Viatar Bagel. I'd recommend going to the top of Mont Royal and seeing the view that they use for Resident Evil 2 and saying hi to all the raccoons on top of Mount Royal. I would suggest going to this shitty little burger joint in a town called Ville-Imard. That's Ville space E-M-A-R-D, Ville-Imard. It's next to the Monk Metro station, called DeLalo's, original 1929. That is the best, most good burger in town, I think. Specifically that location. That's my... RNG Bob says that Yokoto Yokobai has great ramen. I don't know where that is. It's probably in Chinatown. No, wait. Have I been there? Is it the one on the second floor? On the east end of Chinatown? You ever take Paige to Mont Royal? Yes, I did. Let's see. Fancy Hatman sub for 7. Thank you, Fancy Hatman. Trying to finish Stormblood after being gone for half a year so I can get to Shadowbringers. Every time I want to skip story, then I get invested, and it sucks, but not really. Hopefully I'll get there soon. What? Toynota 10 sub for 11. Thank you, Toynota. I'm going to start learning Japanese. You have any tips for retaining a second language since you speak French? So here's the trick. I don't speak French very well. And the reason why I don't speak French very well, despite having learned it about 3 or 4 times now, just via osmosis, is that pretty much everybody I know speaks English as their primary first language, or their primary or their secondary language after a native tongue like Russian or Tagalog, right? People are going to say practice. Practice isn't exactly correct. It's actually talk to people, right? I went to an English university. Most of the pals that I made there were Anglophone, and if they weren't Anglophone, they were super, super comfy speaking English. And since most of the people were English, like English was just the de facto language of nearly all my friend groups. So it's only due to the magic of retail that I maintained any ability to speak French whatsoever. So thanks, retail. Thank you. Oh, here we go. Lovecraft facts. Kicked in $5. I'm gonna have to scan these carefully. Hey Pat, did you? Oh yeah, so this actually came up. Did you know that Shadow over Innsmouth, a story about the horrors of race mixing, was created because Lovecraft found out that his grandmother was the most terrible thing of all, Welsh. I saw somebody in chat say, "Oh my God, Innsmouth is just about Wales, isn't it?" It sure is. Shadow over Innsmouth is about the horrible, horrible fish people, the Welsh. I can't even find Wales on a map. You know why that is? It's not a real place. No wonder Lovecraft was scared. I am Skeleton, sub for 7. Thank you, Skeleton. Palm Top Nami kicked in 10 months. Says, yeet, 10 months. Ended up being 45 hours of work. Got to get that fat check. Well, take a good rest, I think. Winnie the Feces kicked in $5. That's not... Hear, feel, think. Look up to the light, straighten your back, push. It shall grant you the power dump. Side note, Garbage Healer keeps throwing me arrow instead of healing the tank. That doesn't make any sense. But that's okay. You'll manage. You'll manage. Hey, Luna Ashford kicked in $5. Thanks, Luna. Says, I can't believe you missed this chance, Pat. Roses are red. Violets are blue. This poem sucks, and so do you. There, I fixed it for you. Enjoy, Caffeine King. Yeah, I knew that one was there, but I didn't want it. It's just so negative. And who wants to be negative with poetry? Right? Poems are supposed to be happy and about flowers and whatever. Did you guys see that Cats trailer? That's what I think of when I think of Broadway. I think, what the fuck? And I know Paige, she's going to come back home and she's going to be like, no, listen, Mr. Mephistopheles is a very old cat. You know, and he's respected, you know. And I'm going to be like, What? Fucking Zombie Ghost subbed. Thank you. And Spider Dan subbed for 7. Thank you, Spider Dan. Whatever. He's not old. He's evil. Or Elmo, do you understand it? Thanks, buddy. Ficadeus kicked in 766. Thank you, Ficadeus. Hey, Pat. Nice to catch your stream early for once. I'm currently watching from my basement because of this fucking heat wave. It seems like a heat wave's hitting pretty much everybody on the East Coast. And that sucks because it's too hot. Kyle Jeffries kicked in $5. Thank you, Kyle. I play Killer in Dead by Daylight on the Xbone One and the Salt of Survivors. Also, bought the Borderlands 3 pre-order, and it's been 2 weeks. Still have yet to be charged. Monster Mule, best energy drink. You'll probably only get charged when the thing clears or whatever. Zootrax sub. Thank you, Zootrax. Oh, this is a low energy stream. I mean, this is a very chill stream today. Oh, Ficadeus, you're on the South Shore? Where in the South Shore? I used to live on the South Shore. You in Brossard? You in fucking Shats? No, not shits. Shats. Sammy Bear near the new bridge? I'm not super familiar with that. Whatever. South Shore is the worst. Get the fuck out of there and get onto the island as soon as you can. Pro Powers. Sub for 2. Thanks, Pro Powers. Hi, Pat. Long-time viewer, first-time commenter. What are your thoughts on streaming the Tales of series? Not going to do it. Don't care about those games at all. Nope. Sorry, buddy. Nuh-uh. Let's see. Ratchet, sub for 6. Thank you, Ratchet. Oh boy, 6 months is my favorite Canadian. Hope you're having a good day. Yay, I'm the best Canadian. Have I had Wendy's delivery yet? I can't do it, dude. That's trashy. I can't do it with Wendy's. I can't. Yeah, I'm a coward. I'll admit it. Grin and Barrett, sub for 2, says, again I say, yeah. Thank you, Grin and Barrett. Phantom Terror kicked in $5. Thank you, Phantom Terror. Through my terrible retail experience, I had a coworker that was obsessed with Quebec City. Please confirm my suspicions that Quebec City is in fact a shithole and he was just a weirdo. Quebec City is not a shithole. It's a tourist trap. And the people there are kind of stuck up their own ass because they live in a city that still has like the wall from like the war back in the 18 whatever the fuck. No, 1776. Oh, look, it's the Citadel. Yeah, sure. Who gives a shit, fuckers? They got a castle, though. Castle's pretty okay. Chateau Frontenac is, in fact, a castle. It is also a hotel. So it's like... You know? Loop of the Wolf kicked in 11 months to say that, to be fair, Lovecraft did get less racist over time and even went on to, like, I'm going to assume publicly, regret how racist he used to be. So, that's nice. But all the really crazy shit was written when he was crazy, right? Because that's where like true art comes from. It comes from like misery. And Zombie Ghost is accurate. He did get considerably less racist upon his death. Mega Brogus, sub for 7, says 2 months from that dumb joke. 2 months from that dumb joke, indeed. Well, that's an unhealthy mindset, more or less, Pat. Nailed it. Kilogan, sub for 6. Thanks, Kilogan. Oh, wow. A whole 6 months. Only 3 months left till Stream Baby emerges from one of us. Oh, that's part of the thing I never... Wait, what the fuck is that? Is that a rock? Did I leave a rock up there? Is that a bird? What is that? I don't know what that is. I think I put a rock up there. That's weird. Gonna use this as a shout out a cool but dead game, Break Arts 2. Very fun. You should play it. I think I've heard of it. Have I heard of it? The fuck is this? Oh, this is cool. I might check that out. Thanks, man. Let's see. Shokoff Lord kicks in $5 to say that Lovecraft's wife was not his cousin. But she was a confident MILF that knew how to get shit what she wanted. The marriage didn't last because Howie couldn't keep a job, but also because of the anti-Semitism. Yeah, that probably didn't help the marriage much. That was Poe? Poe married his cousin, that's right. Lenore's his cousin. You know how women are all like, I'm going to fix that man. I like that man, but he's kind of fucked up, but I'm going to fix him. I've not seen a good success rate on that line of thinking. Lot you can't fix. Oh, I know it's not just women, but the male one is so much dumber. It's like, yeah. All she needs is a good man. Fucking that'll straighten her out. No, man. An Asian Toaster sub. Thank you, Asian Toaster. Oh, he also kicked in $10. Thank you, Asian Toaster. Hope you're doing well, Pat. This game looks cool, but I think I'm going to play it myself. So I'm going to dip on the stream. See ya. Well, thank you. Goodbye. Check out the VODs, maybe. Okay, Draw Fawn has some news. Apparently, Wales is part of England. Who knew? I didn't. Are you sure? See, that just makes me doubt England's real. Lieutenant Daito no Shinto kicked in $5. Thank you. Long time fan, first up. Thoughts on Remedy's Control? Could we maybe get a trailer watch reaction if you're feeling couth? That game literally means nothing to me after Quantum Break. Like, I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Alan Wake was dope. Everything they made after Alan Wake is kind of Claude kicked in 501 with some more Lovecraft facts that I'm not going to go into. But I am aware of the name of Lovecraft's cat. And hearing fucking Robert Atkin Downes say it in that fucking Lovecraft special is a trip. And that is all that I will go on to say today. His dad named the cat? Who cares? Cats are stupid. You can change your name in a second. What's Paige like to call you? Hey, bookshelf. Bookshelf. Come here, bookshelf. He looked at me. He knew. Basilisk sub. Thank you. Appreciate it. And Wolf of Sound kicked in $5 to say that HP also hated the Irish. Yeah, okay. If he's going to lose his mind over the Welsh, it seems only fair that the Irish get lumped into it as well. All right. Oh, and last but not least, Diviner Knight sub for 3. Thank you. Appreciate it. There's a guy on YouTube who has named his dog Cumlord. I know that because Cumlord, I think, watches me and Paige's streams. If I remember correctly. And Cumlord is an adorable little dog. He is a tiny little poofy Pomeranian. He's adorable. All right. And with that, let's click this button. Wow. All right. And then I pull you guys back up. Would Lovecraft have been an epic gamer? Yes. Yes, he would have. Oh, cool. Come here, baby. Fun fact, this game does not let you launch it through Steam. It will not allow you to do it. Let's settings. Star Otter, that's a great question. Will the monsters look just like humans? Is this the standard difficulty? I guess it is. Ah, there we go, subtitles. Should I play it on Detective? Detective normal? Because Newcomer is like, gives you hints. Detective is like, do it, fucker. Okay, so you guys are cool with me doing Detective, so if you all get really mad, that's your fault. Okay. Frosty, welcome. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I've researched the outbursts of hysteria and the visions in the city of Oakmont, Massachusetts. Always Massachusetts. Turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmont, haunted by visions similar to yours, a city drowning, the presence of something great, yet unknown. As luck would have it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment, and the person who might be able to help you with it. Prepare yourself then, come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I will meet you here to help you on your way. Cordially, Johannes Vanderberg. These things at the bottom, these tips at the bottom are going really, really fast. Or they were. Why'd you throw it out? Oh my god. Did you see those monsters? Somebody asked, why does this game look like a Sherlock Holmes game on the PC? Because it's made by the people who do those weird European Sherlock Holmes. Holy shit! Well, we're really popping off, aren't we? Okay. We're just in there, huh? Cool. It's a brick. Oh, a brick. Okay. No controller prompts of any kind. All right. Oh my god. All right. That's not a get item? Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I've researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmont. Turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more. This is what I just read. How do I pick a gun?
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
Okay. Alright, hold on. Climb, reload, crouch, interact. Camera, flashlight. Pin selected evidence, hold in the... What the fuck? Items. Run. Okay. Run and shoot are the same button. Select is... Okay. Weapons. Options. My Mind Palace. Casebook. Pin evidence, unpin evidence. Place on map. No map to place. Lore. Nothing yet. Skill, get out. Really? Really? Okay. What is that? What does that mean? What does that mean? It means camera. Lore. Trophy plate with strange fish. Looks very lifelike. Ugh. Ah, I see. Oh, look at this. It's Galaxy Brain.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
I got experience. Yeah! All evidence was collected. Hello.
Now get out.
Thank you.
At last, Mr. Charles.
You're
Reed.
evil.
What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Evil.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes Vanderberg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
I want to point out somebody in the chat just said dudes in yellow, not a good fellow. That's a good rule for Lovecraftian stories. Dates back to the King in Yellow. What's the deal with the city, man? You know what? Nice suit.
That's an eye-catching suit.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A mere flood is no excuse for one to abandon one's style.
I take it you're a big fan of yellow.
Well, I have a particular weakness for it. Call it a personal quirk.
What's the deal, man?
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
The flood?
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
About my problem.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
Where is Robert Throgmorton?
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
What's he like, man?
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature, scion of a robust bloodline, a philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
I need somewhere to sleep.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book
My
by its
character
cover.
looks like such goddamn shit. It blows my mind. What do you do here?
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligent.
You're the head of the cult.
Gathering seeds of thought.
You're the head of the cult.
Moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
How do I
What's
get
the
to
best
Devil's
way to
Reef?
get around
Whoa!
I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
What
Most locals
happened?
go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
What else you mark on this map?
Other places.
Was it your penis?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper. Places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular. Its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
Goodbye.
That's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Call me on my
Don't
cell
worry
phone.
about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Map. Street names and districts are shown on the map. Most other landmarks have to be discovered. Institutions with archives, landmarks, fast travel points, destinations are activated when you access the phone booths around the city. Investigation scenes. Icon appears when location is discovered. Color of the icon changes according to progress. Icon is removed if the case is complete. Investigation scenes. Key evidence has been collected. Investigation scenes. All evidence has been collected. Place marks on the map. Evidence marks are shown for the currently selected case only. Select another case in the casebook. Generic red marks are always shown, regardless of the selected case.
We'll meet again, Mr. Reed. Is that a gun? Or do you just want a handshake? Is that a gun? Or do you just want a handshake? Is that a gun? Or do you just want a handshake? Is that a gun? Or do you just want a handshake?
Darn. Where'd he go? I loaded the autosave and he disappeared. Are you serious? One second. Just gonna full screen this. Show. There we go. There we go. The fuck? There we go. Has it been technical issues? Nah, man, I just started it. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so let's take a look at the map. Oh, it's much bigger than I expected. Really? Salvation, Grimhaven, Coverside, The Shells, Advent, Old Grove, and Reed Heights? Really? That's the boat. 1, 2, 3. And where's Oakmont Chronicle, Police Department, Hospital of St. Mary, the Devil's Reef, University Library, and City Hall. Okay. Well then let's... What? What? What is... What? Oh, that didn't help the frame rate at all. Oh well. Back up to 4K we go. Hey, man.
The end is nigh. It will begin again. What is down comes up. The seed is sowed.
That's nice. This is the most oppressive Lovecraftian environment I have ever seen, ever. Are you serious?
I don't care about your petty excuses.
What
No
the
one leaves
fuck?
the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
Yo, what's wrong with your face?
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
I can't believe this is the first... Alright. What happened to your son?
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
Innsmouthers, huh?
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the Shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
This is the most accurate Lovecraft story ever.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
I could try to find Albert.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Vera?
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you.
Tell me more about the case.
I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you
Hey,
stop
Antichrist, what up?
dawdling and go see for yourself.
Where's the house?
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. Was standing right in front of it.
Yeah, so I wanna call out somebody in the chat who just said that most Lovecraft games start and they appear normal but a little suspicious. And then you have to drag secrets out of people and like, you know, just like what's going on? And they're like, "Oh, it's unknowable, whatever," right? 15 minutes into this game, what, half hour? I met a crazy incest ape man, and there's a bunch of there was a yellow, like suited fucking evil man who's a philosopher, and there was a dead octopus and a guy worshiping the sea.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
I'll be
As
going.
much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Evidence contains crucial information. To get evidence, interact with objects and people, combine clues in the Mind Palace, and take photos. White frame of the camera viewfinder indicates if you're aiming correctly. Read evidence closely to identify important locations. Then pin it on the map to plan your route. Pin evidence on the HUD to keep track of your current goal. I got the fisherman's house. Hello.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see them.
Okay. I'm intimidated by how giant and evil this game is. It's very evil. Let's take a look at the Mind Palace. How the fuck? Okay. Alright. Where is that shit on the... It's not on the map. Okay. Oh, I have to make my own objective markers. I don't know how I didn't understand that. This is the worst. This is the kind of the worst.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Thanks, man. Hey, crazy person.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
Who are you?
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was at or starve.
Tell me what
I
happened.
want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis. We were here. This is our house. Barry was outside, on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... Okay. My head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing. Just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me.
That sounds familiar.
Where are the others?
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea where Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
What happened to Paul?
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay have mercy on his soul.
Who's Kay?
Who is this Kay you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. Kay is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Gotta go.
To it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or Kay? Did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will.
I don't know, man.
The police will stop anyone.
I didn't know if there was a dead body until I talked to you.
You just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
Oh, that'd be a dead body right there.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Interesting.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Whoa! How do I know if I'm going crazy?
Choo choo.
You're always crazy. Damn it. Mind's eye lets you see the unseen. Whenever you see distortions in the corner of the screen and hear a ringing sound. Images of the past, illusions, omens, or tracks that are invisible. I'm sorry, what?
Glenna, Nehri, Glenna, Gebhal, Nugulina, Haft.
Retrocognition allows you to understand events that happened in the past. Inspect enough clues and evidence and a vision will emerge.
Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work.
I'm sorry. What?
5 cards short of a full house.
Detective mode makes me sick. Got it. I don't want to go into the portal. Okay.
What's happening?
Okay.
Take this, ape face.
I shot him, and then this guy hit him with a barrel.
Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
What the fuck is that? Okay.
Yeah, run!
What? Oh, what order did these occur in? Definitely this. Then this.
Take this, ape
Then
face.
this.
Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
What the fuck is this?
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Okay. House brawl. Mind Palace. Okay. Innsmouth or feud. Shot without warning. Got it. Okay. Albert returned unstable and then attacked the fisherman. He was dangerous and he posed a threat to Louis Finn and his fellow fishermen. The fisherman suffered a psychotic outbreak after Albert regained consciousness. Albert spread hysteria around him. One fisherman is missing, and Albert fled when he was wounded. I can track down Albert. Albert and the fisherman named Louis fled the scene after the fight. I can track them using my supernatural senses. House brawl. Follow the omens. Mind's eye can reveal omens.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
Okay. This is... So they leaped out of there. What if I talk to you?
I gave you clear instructions, did I not?
Don't forget to check the lifeboat. How do I find the lifeboat? Don't care for that. Don't care for that at all. That's weird. I don't see any lifeboats. Hey, wait a second. What's in here? Okay. Found him on the shore, huh? Could be this shore? And this lifeboat? Probably. What the fuck is that? Ugh. I feel very lost, but okay, let's just track him down via that vision thing. Boy, do I not like that. Shell casing. Oh, sorry, what? Don't understand. Don't. What the fuck is that? Oh, I don't like that. Do they run this way? No. They run this way? No. What the fuck? I don't... Wait a second. That. Oh. The back of the bullet can be examined? Really? If that's the case, then I'm the stupidest idiot ever.
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
How was I supposed to know that?
Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
Okay. The fuck is that? Thanks, man. Hello? Hello?
There's something in the pocket.
Lewis, please just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everybody else right now. I don't have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly with the fuzz snooping about the port. But don't worry, I've struck a nice deal with the proper people and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week and I'll return everything with double the interest.
The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
Huh. I see. Got it. Don't care for this. Tell you what. I tell you what. I don't care for this, not even a little. Padlocks. You can shoot them. Or just smack them. Oh. Whoa! Melee it is.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
That is so awful. That is so awful. That is so awful. Oh, I'm being crazy just looking at it. Okay. Mind Palace, gotta combine it. Lewis, the Innsmouther that killed Albert, may be hiding at the bar in Oakmouth Port. Lewis may have wanted Albert dead. Lewis may have wanted to kill Albert outright because he was a Throckmorton rather than just drive him off. So the question marks... Okay. Okay. This game is fucking cool. There's a bar in Oakmount Port. But how do I know where the bar is? Man, I wasted a bunch of ammo, and I don't think I hit it once. Skills. Map. Lore. Inventory. Crafting materials. Yeah, I should probably go tell the guy his son is dead. Hey, man. I've seen some strange fucking creatures.
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something.
What? I don't have all day.
Some unusual creatures. And they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately, not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can't, keep your weapons handy.
Your son's dead, bro.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
Sorry for your loss, bro.
My condolences, Mr. Throgmorton. I had hoped for a happier outcome.
Your condolences will not bring him back. So much of our blood spilt for nothing. So much effort in vain. My poor Albert. Tell me you know who did it. I want to look him in the eyes, make him beg for mercy.
Can't be sure quite yet.
I don't know exactly. I have some suspects, but I need to investigate further.
What kind of private eye are you?
A thorough one. When I find him, I'll tell you.
Fine. No one leaves the port until then. Find me that dirtbag and I'll help you with anything you need.
Alright, let's go find... What the fuck is that? Let's go find a bar. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. Oh, here we go. The Titania.
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania?
What the fuck?
Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
Hey,
Can't
kids.
catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
You like it here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
I see. And yeah, it was a Shakespeare reference. Well, definitely not this way. What the fuck is that? Okay. Right, under the keel bar. Guess I'll just have to find it the old-fashioned way. There's something in the boat? Really? That wasn't the... There was a letter. My bad. Hope somebody finds this. My name is Albert, and this is my will. I want to warn you, don't go to the depths below Oakmont. We should never have done that. Everything should have remained in that cave. Professor, I fear what will become of me. It's obviously Vanderberg. It's singing in my brain, dancing on my eyelids every time I close my eyes. The cycle goes on, and in the end it comes. I must warn everyone. I must tell my father. He is here. Ah, okay, when you get all... Okay. Ah, I see. Yeah, Shy tore this game apart because she has the magical power of game destruction.
Damn newcomers.
Fuck off, man. So there's crazy shit in the water? Really? Wait a second. Okay. Oh, wow. You just swim. Wait, what? Why'd I just take damage? Alright, we're just gonna leave that alone. Ugh, disgusting. This might be the ugliest location I have ever seen in a game ever. Like, just, it's disgusting. Is that guy gonna fuck that dolphin fish? Good ugly. Like, this is a hideous location. I found the under the keel bar. Which means everything looks like it's covered with a big thick layer of slime. Oh no, we didn't run into the Funhouse guys at RTX. Hey guys.
The port is closed by order of Robert Throgmorton.
He can do that? Okay, well I guess he can do that. How do people live here? It is ruined. Did that woman just fucking disappear? Am I crazy? Did that woman just disappear? Did that happen?
Got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten in days. Oh. Yeah. Hey.
Oh, I was gonna give him one.
Got a spare bullet, fella?
You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around. You look familiar.
Okay, thanks, old Billy.
Hasn't seen you around.
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Thanks, Red.
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future
I want to know it.
You're some kind of fortune teller?
Yes, my dear. Yes.
I don't want to know.
It's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Do tell.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
All right, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
Here is a bullet, lady.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars, circled by the dead. A race from one to the next, as time itself laughs.
That made no sense.
I think I'd like my bullet back.
It is what it is. The truth will out soon. Me, I just caught an early glimpse.
Why do I feel like I got scammed?
You didn't yet. That's actually all the truth. Lore. Oh, cool. I get to keep it so I can see how much it is.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Hello.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I've seen some fucking weird monsters.
I've seen some unsettling creatures around. Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
Thanks. I need to find Lewis Flynn, please.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
Trust me, you want him gone.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton, son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over, and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
The rock. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess.
Yeah!
So?
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him, once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day.
Goodbye. Robbed it. I really like this game so far. Jank and all. Oh my goodness. This is some mad, crazy jank right here. Look at this.
What the? Get the... Oh.
This is a public place, fucker.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Whoa!
Private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault.
I can't believe it's just a fish man.
I only want to speak for now.
I mean, the Welsh.
But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Why do you look like that?
Kind of. Why do you? Your face. It's.
What's wrong with your face?
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Want to spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
You don't look blessed, bro. So how'd it happen, bro?
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You killed him, why?
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
Why do you guys hate Throgmorton so much?
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
What is a grand family exactly?
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh?
The texture on his head is so crazy.
A newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
Your actions look pretty fucking deliberate, dude.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I've heard enough.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
I'll think about it.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
No.
You think you're the first person to offer me a bribe?
Please, Mr. Reed.
Don't try my patience further, Mr. Flynn.
Please, I told you the truth, I swear.
Wait, what? Ooh. I want to try something. Wait, what? This is my manual save. $10:05. Which is which? What the fuck? Well, the autosaves are really throwing me off real bad. Okay, so let's take a look at lore. Okay, I still have the Fortune Teller's Prophecy. Which means...
You want a drink?
I should be able to go upstairs and talk to him.
Hey!
Oh, cool, I can skip it.
What kind?
Why do you look like that?
Sweet.
Come on.
Right. But that ain't... me.
The things you...
I don't... Those black ones we had always...
Yeah.
Okay, there's the...
Okay, cool, I can do this.
I think...
Please, have mercy.
I'll think about it.
This is not exactly cut and dry.
Perhaps I can offer...
Yeah, I'll take a deal.
It turns out I arrived here unprepared for business. You give me a little something to get started, and my lips are sealed.
I knew you'd understand. Here you are, Mr. Reed.
4 rounds. Hit the Mind Palace. Let's go check out the vision.
Please, I told you the truth, I swear.
Because the vision is what is going to matter.
There was a fierce fight here.
What did he
someone
say?
tried to flee.
Why are people so desperate to not snitch? check the door on the first floor. I didn't even see this. Holy shit.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
Huh.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
Huh. Mind Palace. This is tough. He could be lying. He could be. That's true.
My head. I still hear those voices.
Oh man, everybody's like... Everybody's going nuts. Colin Doucette has a point. It is a Cthulhu game that he was most assuredly effective with madness. That's true. I'm going to take 2 seconds, go to the bathroom, and I'll come back with the knowledge of whether or not I will snitch or not. I'll be back in a second. have returned. And I have decided what I'm going to do. Mentally affected or not, dude shot him in a secluded area, hid the body, hid out. But more importantly than that, I took the deal from Robert first. Which means my allegiance is to my original client. Murderer's at the bar.
Just as I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender. Seems like he had a bone to pick with your family and took it out on Albert.
Oh, that scum won't be getting off easy. The whole city shall see what happens when you cross the Throgmortons. Justice, bittersweet as it is, shall be served.
But I took the bribe? Yeah, but I took the bribe second.
For a newcomer to make himself so useful. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Okay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
I'm investigating the cases of insanity.
I'm looking into an outbreak of erratic behavior and madness, all linked to shared visions of this place.
Indeed. Then our goals align. This inexplicable hysteria has spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
Why geological?
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Any link between the visions and the hysteria?
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
You think the flood's unnatural?
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster.
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Any discoveries so far?
Found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
The murder and the expedition are linked?
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
Tell me more about the expedition.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That'll help.
All you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throgmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
Let's talk cashola.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port.
Yes, I have.
Include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean
Get paid twice. Got paid twice. Learned stuff about murders. Oh, look, my markers disappeared because they're dead. Okay. The key to the headquarters. Give me a key. Northern Coverside at the crossroad of Asher and Hubert. Coverside. Northern Coverside. Asher and Hubert? There's Asher. Where Hubert at? Aha. Okay. Southern Old Grove, huh?